What's up, guys? We got one here from P's World where we're looking at the modern workplace, dating, and societal dynamics, analyzing why men are opting out of this madness. Let's get into it.
I don't wear this skirt to work, and I'm going to show you why. In the workplace, it's likely that you're going to need to pick things up from the ground. Now, there are two ways people are going to pick this up. There's the bend and snap, where you're going to find that this skirt is going to ride up a lot higher than you think and show a lot more than you think. The other way, which is going to give you a little bit more coverage, is like this. But again, the skirt is still really riding up more than when you're standing. Also, shameless plug for the iconic, sponsor me. Even if you never had to pick anything up from the ground, let's talk about sitting. Now, with a skirt such as this length here, it may look more conservative when you're standing up, but as soon as you start sitting down, again, we have that ride up. But now we also have a gap here where people can see up your skirt. That's a nightmare. Even if you're crossing like this, again, we're showing a lot here and this can feel very uncomfortable. Skirt length in the office really does matter, and it's less about policing women's bodies and covering up, and it's more about utility and feeling comfortable in the workplace so that you can essentially be your best self. If you follow me, you'll kind of know that my principles are I want you to dress like your most authentic self at work, whatever that may be, and I also want you to be fucking comfortable.
I'm pretty sure that also means don't dress up like you're going out to the clubs at work. But we've got the Why Skirts Are Impractical seminar. Ladies, you want equality in the workplace, but refuse to acknowledge basic physics. If your skirt rides up every time you sit or bend over, it's not misogyny calling it out, it's reality. And let's not pretend this is about authentic self-expression. As she puts it, workplace prioritizes professionalism over your fashion experiment. Dressing appropriately is about covering up so people aren't distracted by your ass crack or your cooch being exposed. Men are expected to wear suits, ties, and button-downs in sweltering heat without complaint.
This time the HR girl approached me. I'm about to ask her.
You know what's really interesting? I don't know if that video is fake or real, but these kinds of things happen everywhere. Women can wear whatever they want to. And as you saw, she just wore like a basic black dress that was completely covered up. And someone will say it's inappropriate. Why? What for? What makes it qualify as inappropriate? And a lot of people in the comments said that the HR rep, who's a female, probably was jealous, which could be true, but isn't it super sad that we live in a society where women have to be jealous of others for what? And make each other feel uncomfortable. I go to work looking like a slob almost compared to how I dress in private. And I don't mean revealing by that. I just mean dressing up versus dressing down. Simply so that people won't ask me, where are you going after work? It's just so silly.
So we got jealous HR reps and women self-policing. What a time to be alive. Now, this clip glosses over to bigger issues. Women cannibalizing each other over appearance. Feminism claimed to promote sisterhood, and yet here we are. Women labeling other women's attire as inappropriate because, what, securities? And in this case, the girl in the beginning in the black dress of this clip was so skin tight you could see everything. I mean, I don't see that as being appropriate for a workplace. Again, looking like you're going out to the club even though you're covering everything up. But she does mention dressing down to avoid attention. Men do that every day. We blend into the background to survive the minefield of the modern workplace.
I just want to know, do I look inappropriate for work? My dress code is a polo and dress pants or jeans, no rips. I'm dressed appropriately. However, I was called into the office because I don't have the right body shape.
Wrong body shape? It's so skin tight it's ready to explode. And I bet if your moose knuckle wasn't covered, it would look like Kermit the Frog eating a towel. I mean, you could dress appropriately. What you're doing is dressing for attention.
The question, is this too short for work? Because it isn't a...
Yes, it is far too short. What were you even thinking? Like, honestly, you will wear it, you will flash everybody in the office, and you'll be uncomfortable all day, and you'll wish it ever.
The classic, is a skirt too short for work? Yes, it is. If you're asking, you already know the answer. You're wearing that to the office is like a man showing up in gym shorts and a tank top. There's a time and a place for it, and it's not the workplace. You know, let's not sugarcoat it. This is attention-seeking behavior disguised as ignorance. And when someone points it out, feminists cry, body shaming, patriarchy. But here's the thought. Respect the environment you're in. The workplace isn't Instagram. Men's dress codes have been strict for centuries. Women's rules, it seems like it's a free-for-all. Yet men seem to be the problem. This type of entitlement is exactly why men are going going their own way. We're done being scapegoats for every bad decision you make. Wear appropriate clothes, act professionally, and stop blaming others for calling out the obvious distraction. Not rocket science, it's respect.
I've never been happy. That's the reality of it. It's like literally Friday. I'm in my senior year now. I have literally 4 months left. I just started a week ago, and I had a whole breakdown because I was like, I cannot do this no more. Like, especially when I'm coming to the end of this, I really sat down and I was like, what do I want this degree for? What do I need this degree for? What would this degree do for me? And when I get out of college, will I even use this shit? No. It's kind of unhealthy because I started the school year off, freshman year, 140. You want to guess how much I weigh now? 111. My hairline was right here. And this is all just stress from being in school and like that being the only thing in my life. It was so hard the first day of school because the only thing you're doing is introducing yourself. And I would cry in my car and cry when I come home every day that week because I didn't know what to put. I just had to keep lying because I don't have any interests. I don't have any hobbies. I don't have any dreams, no wants. I don't have any goals in life because I don't have a life. My life was going to school, being a good daughter. See, the thing is, I'm also a friend. I'm one friend. And that one friend is my roommate, who is also an OnlyFans model. And, you know, it's fine when somebody else's child does it, but when your child does it, absolutely not. This is why I didn't tell her about literally anything I'm about to do, because I can just see the reactions, right? My brother is going to be like, you're done for quitting when you're almost done. My sister's going to try to find some compromise because she's always on my side. And then you got my mom who's going to bite my head off. And then you got my stepdad who's just going to be like, no. I have been like on this path for so long. And I just finally looked down and I realized, oh my God, I'm standing on somebody else's road right now. Like I've been on this long ass journey for like what feels like a quarter of my life, more than half of my life, without no real destination in sight, and just going along with what literally anybody puts in front of me. And I'm not okay with that no more. So I definitely quit college. When I walked out that building, like I had noticed there was stuff at the university that I didn't even get a chance to see in the 5 years that I have been there, because I was just so focused on getting to point A to point B. And so I actually stopped to smell the roses. I went to this little park on campus, and then I did like a kind of a bucket list of things to do before I drop out. And I just like went to like all the places and then took like a lot of pictures and then sent them to my bestie to just commemorate today, because I have honestly, I've never felt this happy. When I walked out that building, it was like I finally felt like myself again. I felt free, and I wouldn't need to sit through a Taylor Swift class ever again.
Dropping out of college is a story of someone waking up. I mean, let's cut through the fluff. Universities have become overpriced indoctrination centers. They sell you a dream degree, but you graduate with debt and no marketable skills. And this girl spent 5 years on campus, stressed and directionless, only to realize she's been running someone else's race. And it's not unique, because men have been seeing through this scam for the past couple of decades. College attendance for men is at an all-time low because they're not buying what they're selling. And meanwhile, women are told they need degrees for empowerment, only to end up miserable in corporate cubicles, or ironically turning to OFANs for validation. And one of her friends is an OFANS model. Perfect metaphor for this modern society. Everyone's chasing clout and nobody's happy. Dropping out wasn't a failure, it was a liberation. You can see it where she's like, boom, it was awakening. She saw all this stuff on campus that she didn't realize was there. You know, men figured this out long ago, that self-education, trades, and entrepreneurships beat the broken college pipeline.
I think when I say things like I'll never do 50-50 again, you could really tell who's never lived with a significant other before. You really need to live with somebody for a long time to realize how much you give up by living with someone. So I've lived alone for 5 years, and then I lived with somebody for 3 years. You had a long day at work, right? You want to come home and order your food and watch your TV show. It's not what you want to eat. It's now what, oh, I want to eat this. Oh, they want to eat this. Okay? It's not what you want to watch on TV. Now it's like, oh, I want to watch the Kardashians, but he doesn't like the Kardashians. Okay, let's find a show that we both like. Oh, babe, I want to go out. No, I feel like staying in. Boom, 50% of your life is gone because it's no longer your decision. It's 50-50, and you have to compromise, because if I'm paying 100% of my bills, I get to make 100% of those decisions. But if I'm still paying 100% of my bills and you're paying 100% of your bills, which is 50-50, you know, it's not like we both pay the same bills, because now food is double the expense. Now hydro is double the expense. So you're still paying exactly what you were paying before, and they're just paying it too. So now it's, I'm paying 100%, but I'm only getting 50% of the decisions. So no, I don't do that anymore. And you won't understand until you've lived with somebody for a long time. And that's okay. I just pray you do it.
I think somebody needs to go back to school and learn math. 50-50 doesn't mean you're paying 100% of everything and they're paying 100% of everything, not just your bills. Because if you do that, then you're just double paying on everything. What's our education system come to? But ladies, you wanted equality until it's inconvenience. Relationships are supposed to be a partnership and not a power struggle, and the modern dynamic isn't 50-50. It's men subsidizing lifestyles while women call the shot. And passport bros get it. The traditional cultures, relationships are built on mutual respect and clear roles, and in the West is just a constant tug of war. Man, if you're still playing this rigged game, it's time to rethink your strategy. Go where your efforts valued and not exploited.
If you don't believe in zodiac signs, no, you're just dumb. Read your fucking sun, moon, and rising, and then tell me you don't believe in that shit. I don't care if I just fucking met you. I will sit you down and I'll be like, so, where were you born? At what time? It's your birthday. And then the second you tell me, I'm like, oh, okay. Pack it up. So many times that someone has literally introduced themselves and I'm like, hey, what's your zodiac sign? And they tell me and I'm like, we're not going to be compatible. Or I'll be like, no, you're actually going to be my best friend, so let's keep talking. So me personally, I'm an Aries sun and Aries moon. I'm very, very Aries. And then a Cancer rising. So I'm like a double bitch. And then like I back down and I'm like, well, I'm a sensitive girl. I need someone to do like a full analysis of my not my anal chart, my natal chart. I have a brief summary and like I know that like a lot of my houses say that I'm like born to succeed, but I want to deep dive. Anyways, yeah, I'm like a fire sign, so I know I come off like very strong and hard-headed and kind of mean. And like I think that I'm the center of the universe, and I am. I feel like I'm very passionate. If you just read into your zodiac sign, it makes so much sense and it gives you an explanation on why you are the way you are. Like what you should do, what you shouldn't do. I think it is the most interesting topic ever. And I put like everyone on zodiac signs because you're telling me that the exact time and place that you were born doesn't matter. Bitch, you're dumb. You're fucking dumb.
Zodiac signs, really? You're not an Aries, whatever, Alpha Centauri, Sirius, blah, blah, blah. You're annoying. This is the intellectual equivalent of basing your life decisions on fortune cookies. And she proudly admits to judge people based on their birth charts and yet wonder why relationships fail? Here's a hint: compatibility isn't in the stars, it's in your actions. Astrology is the epitome of modern narcissism. It's a tool for avoiding accountability, and instead of working on communication or emotional intelligence, people chalk up their flaws to "I'm just an Aries." Men have no patience for this nonsense, really. I mean, we value logic, evidence, and practicality, not pseudoscientific personality quizzes. And ladies, if you're wondering why men are opting out of dating, look no further. We're tired of your "I'm a fire sign" excuse. Relationships aren't built on the sun and the moon, built on respect, trust, and effort. So drop the zodiac obsession and start living in reality, and maybe then men will stop running for the hills. Anyways, guys, modern culture has turned to workplaces, relationships, and society into a chaotic battleground where men are the villains by default. Feminism, once about equality, is mutated into a tool for control and division. From impractical office attire to the 50-50 relationship scams, the message to men is clear. Your value is expendable. Men are waking up. We see the unfairness in family courts, the toxicity of modern dating, and the corporate machine grinding everyone into debt and misery. And the results? Men are going their own way. Whether it's through self-improvement, opting out of relationships, or exploring traditional cultures, we're reclaiming our freedom. And ladies, here's some tough love. Accountability isn't oppression. Respect isn't misogyny. If you want partnership, drop the entitlement and meet us halfway. And guys, stay vigilant. Focus on your goals, protect your assets, and build a life where you're in control. The system isn't changing anytime soon, but you can. Well, guys, that's the end of the video here today. If you like what you've seen, hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Drop me a comment down below, because if not, the sun, the moon, and whatever stars and zodiac sign might eat you. I had to throw that in there. Otherwise, I'll catch you at the next one. Peace.